back.
We are back. That was probably about the most in sync clap we've done. That was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Feeling pretty good about this episode. It's probably going to be a turd. It's usually if I feel good about something, it's not going to be good.
I brought some current events today, so
Sweet. Speaking of current events, I said it was going to be awesome, and it's going to be awesome. So, how you doing, Sean?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little tired. I've been, doing a bunch of research, but
Yeah. Research.
I'm all right though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. I'm tired, too. It's a little hot outside. We're not we try not to date the episodes, but we also don't care, so
It's hot right now.
It's hot. It's hotter than my wife after I tell the dog, go on, get. And then they go on, get.
Well, it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for
Yeah.
the Tennessee humidity.
Yeah, dude. I get humid titties.
Because you go outside and it feels like you're wearing saran wrap.
It's like trying to breathe mayonnaise, as Coach Mack would say. It's fucking awful, dude. It's thick 3 C's outside.
Yeah, especially as it gets raining.
Gotta stay hydrated, y'all.
Yeah.
Hydrated.
It's definitely a must.
Yeah, dude. If your pee smells really strong and is really dark yellow, looks like a fucking mellow yellow that's been sitting under a fucking fridge for 2 years, drink more water. Had that happen to me. That shit was, it was not pleasant at all. Smelled bad, looked bad. I was like, And I didn't drink sodas for like months after that. This was my early 20s.
Damn.
Yeah. Back when my body was metabolizing better. So, I'm going to start the episode with a little moment of silence for Dan Rivera, the paranormal investigator who was in charge of the Annabelle doll. He passed away recently, very suddenly.
Yeah, like 2 days ago.
So, a little shout out to him.
Yeah.
Moment of silence.
Yeah, have a little moment of silence for him.
All right. So, I mean, he was, I think they said 54.
Yeah, he dies at 54. It's funny you should mention him because
I don't really watch a lot of paranormal stuff.
I've been researching.
You know about this guy?
Yeah, I've been researching the heck out of Dan here ever since he died, and that's why I did my. Well, I guess what is it, even? So I go first.
Even Steven.
Yeah,
Sean
even
goes first.
episode. Was it 18 now?
18. Dude, yeah, legally old enough to
be a podcast.
Fucking join the military.
Yeah, funny enough, you should say that because he was also a U.S. Army vet.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. What branch? Army, you said?
Army vet, yeah. He's an Army vet. But yeah, getting back to Rivera
Probably
here.
a truck driver.
It all starts with the Annabelle doll because apparently, so some background on Dan here. He was a member of the New England Society of Psychic Research, or also known as NESPAR. That's the same society that Ed and Lorraine Warren started a long time ago, and he's one of the lead investigators for the society. Tony Spera, who's the director now of NESPAR, he's the son-in-law, and he took over once the Wardens passed away. They left their house behind. Well, inside that house, a lot of people don't know, you could go online and YouTube
now wait, you haven't covered that. You've covered the Warrens before though, right?
This is the third Warren story I've covered.
Third? So yeah, I mean, these guys apparently, like I said, I don't watch a lot of spooky movies and
they're like the pioneers
like
of the paranormal.
I've seen one or two. I just know the chick that plays the Warren lady in the movies is the chick who showed her titties in The Departed. That's all I recognize. Like every time I see her, I'm like, hey, her titties were in The Departed when she had sex with Leonardo DiCaprio while she was cheating on Matt Damon. Anyway, the Warrens, man. What was it? The Chair?
The Devil's Rocking Chair.
If you want to hear about that, that is insert episode here.
I forget. I think that was episode.
It wasn't too many ago.
Yeah, it was. It was like
ago.
It was in our first bracket.
Yeah,
I think
we just don't have them pulled up in front of us, and we don't necessarily.
It was one of the earlier ones.
Yeah,
the old school.
Yeah,
the OG listeners will know.
Oh yeah.
And also the Smurl haunting is another one.
Smurl haunting.
Yeah, that's another one. But since this is current news, I decided to bring this up. It just so happens to correlate with the Wardens as well.
Oh yeah, it's in my algorithm.
But yeah, Tony Sparrett, so he's the son-in-law, and he took over the house because they have this massive collection of occult items in one room of the house.
Yeah, like that chair.
Well, they sold the chair. It's with the I forget his name now.
Yeah, you said that in the other episode. Sorry, guys. That's why I don't remember what episode it was. I don't remember all the details. Sorry, Sean.
That's at the Las Vegas one.
Yeah.
What's his name? He has it in
Carrot
his
Top?
No.
Oh.
A big. I forget his name now. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, so Tony Sparrett, the director of Nespar, he took over the occult museum after Ed Warren's death. Okay, he was in charge of all the occult items. And this is a lot of, you would think, oh, well, it's just babysitting a bunch of items. Not really. I did a lot of research. I watched a lot of the Warren's tapes, like the actual tapes from like the 70s and 80s and shit.
So not just like the
like
Hollywood.
old school VHS like style.
Sweet.
Like this man would he would take a projector and he would put slides up on the projector and he would talk about certain things that would happen in their findings, and he would videotape that. He would basically videotape a power slide. Like,
that's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like old school way. You know what I mean? That's what he did for students, because he had students that would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyways, because they go to colleges and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, after they passed away, they got this, huge museum now. Tony takes over. He's a director now, and which is a big responsibility, because you gotta think all that evil and haunted objects that are in there have to be constantly, it's kind of like calling a bug man and doing like a walk around your house to keep all the bugs away. It's kind of like the same thing, but spiritually. Like they would have these Buddhist monks come in and pray over all these different items individually and put like these little force fields around them so the entity couldn't escape, and it's just basically stuck there inside that vessel or whatever it's haunting. You know what I mean? And they would basically bless the room, keep it cleansed. And this is like monthly. This is like a monthly thing. They come in and do it like once a month to keep these barriers set. And Annabelle, the infamous Annabelle doll, which we'll get to here in a minute, is like basically it's basically the main one, like leading the race as far as the most evil things in there.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like considered the most evil. Like even Ed said, yeah, this is probably the most evil object we have in here.
There's a bunch of those movies.
Oh yeah.
There's more than one, I think.
Well, that's just Hollywood for you. They're gonna Hollywood.
Yeah, that's true. They're gonna Hollywood.
Well, I'm gonna get to the actual facts and not the Hollywood facts about
facts.
You know what I mean? The shit that actually happened according to the wardens. But
was it Warden or Warren?
Or the wardens. WARRENS. Wardens. Yeah. Anywho,
just his accent, folks.
Yeah, it's just my Tennessee accent, I guess. But yeah, with the doll itself now, okay, this wasn't your normal doll. I mean, it started off like a normal doll, and then it gets really like left-hand turn real quick. So in this episode, I'm gonna take us on one of the darkest corners of the paranormal world here. This object is so infamous, so feared, that even behind locked glass, it is said to have ruined lives. This is based on the true story of the Annabelle doll. Forget Hollywood, forget porcelain, forget all the theatrical demons and shit. This is the real Annabelle, as far more terrifying because she's so ordinary. It's just an ordinary Raggedy Ann cloth doll that's like oversized. There's photos of Lorraine holding it. You know what I mean? It's pretty big. You know what I mean? It's like a life-size doll almost for like a kid.
It's probably about a meter tall.
Yeah, it's about
about 3 foot.
It's about as big as Lilith. Like it's that tall.
About 3 foot tall.
It's like 3 foot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like for a kid. You know what I mean? To cuddle up to.
Well, a meter's a little over 3 feet.
It's not all scary like what's in the movie and stuff. It's just that's what makes it even more terrifying though. It's just a regular Jane Plain Raggedy Ann doll, like cloth, like it's flimsy and shit. You know what I mean? So you gotta think flimsy doll, because there's some shit that happens later that's really fucked up.
Drink.
I had to take me a swig of some lemonade there.
Stay hydrated. Okay,
so back to what I was saying here. It all starts back in 1970 in Hartford, Connecticut, of all places.
Hartford. Whoop, whoop.
A nursing student named Donna receives a gift from her mother. It's a Raggedy Ann doll. Red yarn hair, button eyes, stitched on smile. The thing meant to bring comfort, not terror. Okay. At first, it's just a decoration on her bed in the apartment that she shares with her roommate, Angie. Okay. But soon, the doll seems to have a mind of its own. It's found in different positions, different rooms, and even though no one has moved the actual doll itself, the arms are crossed, sometimes the legs are oddly posed, and there'll be doors locked, yet Annabelle always is somewhere else. You know what I mean? She just pops up randomly, like she teleporting or some shit. The first time they seen her move, Donna and Angie here, was when they were playing with her down there in the kitchen. They're having breakfast with her. This is according to the wardens. And they even seen it. The freaking hands, they're sitting there talking about the doll, and all of a sudden the hands come up on the table.
No.
Like the hands are below the table, because remember now it's a flimsy doll. It's just a regular Raggedy Ann doll. They're sitting there talking about it, and all of a sudden the hands come up and rest on the table.
Like me?
Like, yeah, like
Are you talking about me?
Yeah, craziness, right?
No.
Shit like that.
I'm
That's
not.
what I'm talking about.
Mm-mm.
So it seemed to have his mind of its own.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh shit, this thing is haunted because we're seeing it move. You know, it got to the point where they actually caught it moving, like I said. And they decided to get this, basically like a medium, because it started getting crazy, okay? It started getting to the point where they started seeing it move. They're like, oh, it's pretty cool. You know, it's a haunted item. You know, pretty cool. We got a ghost in the house. Woo, woo, woo. And then they start getting notes that are on parchment paper saying stuff like, help us, help Lou. And Lou was another, that was like the boyfriend of, I think, Angie, if I'm not mistaken here. Anyways, we'll get to him in a minute. This guy I was talking about a minute ago. Earlier. So that's when Lou is Angie's fiance. Okay, he hated this doll. He absolutely despised it. Okay,
You don't know where I've been, Lou.
he always felt something sinister about it. The way it looked, the way it stared at you, the way it like burned a hole in you. You know what I mean? So one night, Lou awoke paralyzed. The doll was on his chest, and his raggedy hands were pressed up against his throat, choking him. He couldn't breathe. He couldn't scream. When he finally broke free, he woke up, and the doll's like over here sitting on a chair, looking at him, staring at him and shit. He's like, what the? Like, you ever have a nightmare like that? Like, what the fuck? He's kind of looking around like, and you look over and you see this doll looking at you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, motherfucker. I'm gonna cut
With
you.
the fucking mannequin at the Thomas house, man.
Yeah,
that
that mannequin.
Like,
Yeah.
I just thought it moved, and it freaked me the fuck out. If I saw a doll
Yeah.
do that just on its own, and it wasn't like, I knew it wasn't like a fucking robot doll,
It was like some Chucky shit. For real.
I'd be like, you're gonna get punted into the sun. I'm gonna take 3 steps back, yell Tim Maste, and yeet.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, pretty much. The FAA in the fucking Department of Homeland Security is gonna find me because I'm gonna strap that thing to a rocket and I'm gonna send it into next month.
Apparently, so this is how he woke up. This thing staring at him, and that's basically what broke the straw. That's the straw that broke the camel's back right there. They're like, all right, this thing. He picked this up. Now this is where he fucks up though. He picks it up and says, "Oh, this is nothing but a rag doll," and throws it across the room. It smacks into the wall, and as soon as he turns around, he feels this sharp pain, and he has 5 scratches going across him, like he's been ripped open by something. 5 like a hand. He's got 5 scratches going across him, across his chest, which heal magically. Like 2 days later, they just randomly disappear. Like, I'm talking about gouges. Like, it drew blood, and they're all freaking out. Like Donna, Lou, and Angie are like, "What the fuck?" Like, they're all freaking out because they're all seeing this shit happen.
Look, bro.
This is according to the wardens. This is what they told the wardens. Okay.
You remember I said on the last episode about footsteps and children laughing equals Chris running?
Yeah.
Well, dolls moving plus motherfuckers getting scratched after throwing said dolls equals Chinry the fuck out, dude. Like, it's another A squared plus B squared equals fuck no, and I'm gone.
Yeah, this ain't no,
I'm not fucking around with shit like that.
We're talking about gashes now. We're not talking about like little, like, oh, it's a little bump, it's a little red line. No, we're talking about like this, like it wants man flesh. Like, this thing is taking man flesh.
I'm taking it to the desert. I'm gonna dig a hole for an entire fucking full moon cycle and then put that thing in the hole and start the biggest fire. SpaceX is going to report seeing this thing from space.
What happens if it shows up at your door the next day? You hear like a ding ding, and you come up to the door and it's like, you look out the hole, but there's nothing there. And you're like, oh, maybe it's a package. So you open it up. It's just like the doll sitting there, like cross-legged and shit, looking at you.
If I'm being honest,
Like
if
burn
that
marks
really
and
happened,
shit.
if that truly happened, Like, somebody better admit that they're fucking with me pretty quickly, because my next step is going to be suck starting a 12 gauge. Because, like, it's over after that, bro. Like,
comes
I'm
back from the grave.
Yeah, if I do that and it shows up on my doorstep the next day, either we're living in a simulation and it doesn't matter, or I'm fucked. Either way.
Yeah.
So guess what?
Because horror movies never end that way.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, people die very terribly in those movies, and I'd rather go out on my terms, and my terms say fuck you.
This is where it gets crazy. So you got all this shit happening, right? He throws it, he gets scratched. They're like, "What the fuck?" 2 days later, the scratches go away, and they're like, "Okay." They're all frightened.
Bells in the background.
Oh yeah, it's Doodles.
We're talking about Annabelle, dog. The fucking bells. We haven't heard her all day. Usually she's in here bugging the piss out of us, and we haven't heard her all day. And then, like,
Well, she's probably hot. She's laying on the hardwood floor. So, frightened, Donna and Angie, they wanted answers. They're like, okay, what's going on here? So they turned to this medium, and who conducted a seance, of all things. And the medium claimed that the spirit of a young girl named Annabelle Higgins lingers within the doll. Okay.
I did not know that Annabelle had a surname.
Yeah, Annabelle Higgins. Apparently, this medium says, yeah, there's this girl. Her name's Annabelle Higgins, and she is a little girl that passed away. Apparently, she died on the land before their apartment building existed, because they lived in an apartment at the time. And apparently, the grounds that hang on a sec, Doodles, you done over there? Don't look at me all crazy-eyed.
Don't say your name 3 times. She'll come back. She'll be in here.
Anyways, she died on the land before the building even existed. She was a lonely spirit, and she felt safe with Donna and Angie. She wanted to stay. Kind-hearted, they agreed, and they let Annabelle in their home. They're like, okay, you can stay here with us, woo, come hang out with us. You can live here at our house. Big mistake.
No.
Big mistake.
No.
Because later they're going to find out that it was not a child's ghost. It wasn't even human at all. It turns out to be demonic. Okay, now this is later on down the road. By 1971, Ed and Lorraine Warren, renowned paranormal investigators at the time, by 71, they've been called to countless cases in demonic and supernatural.
1971?
Yeah. Now, Lorraine, who's clairvoyant, and Ed, a demonologist, and a certified minister, both recognized the truth immediately, that Annabelle wasn't haunted. She was a conduit, a vessel for something inhuman, something dangerous. A demon pretending to be a child's spirit, manipulating trust, which then escalates into violence. The Wardens removed Annabelle from the apartment, but even sealed it in the back seat of their car. Even though they did that, she still wasn't finished. She was pissed that they're taking her away. So, on the drive home, this happened to the Wardens now, mind you.
Yeah.
On the way home, their brakes fail. Their steering locks us up, okay? And they have a near collision at like every turn they go on.
What the fuck?
Until Ed, pulls over, parks this bitch, and throws holy water on it.
The car?
No, the doll.
The doll.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then it ceases. It stops after that. It kind of chills out until they get back to the house to put it in the museum that, it's in now.
Yeah.
Now, in Moreau, Connecticut, that's where the museum's at, the Wardens built their occult museum, a vault of evil artifacts collected across the decades of investigation. There, Annabelle was placed behind a glass case sealed with prayers, and these prayers are like by Buddhist priests. Like they come in, I forget what type of magic it is, but it's essentially they pray and they put up like these magical, like holy seals around these objects. And it's basically like praying, like they basically it's basically like
putting it in a magical lockbox.
Yeah, the way Ed describes it in his video is it's kind of like having an invisible fence for your pet. Like you go outside, it's kind of like that, but it's with prayers and stuff. And they make these seals for these objects to keep, they do this like monthly to keep these things on lockdown. Otherwise, it's going to be like, crazy shit happen. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta think that's a massive, this massive dump site of nothing but paranormal objects. You know what I mean?
It's like, don't worry, bitch. You're going home to see something.
I know I always reference to Ghostbusters too.
Sorry, I did not mean to call Annabelle a bitch. I apologize. I was only making a joke. Please don't be mad at me. Please.
I know I always reference the Ghostbusters too, but that's basically what this is. It's like when the beam comes out of the building and it shoots up into the sky. It's real. Yeah. You know what I mean? Bring me the gatekeeper.
Yeah, dude.
Like that kind of shit. So,
are you the key master?
it says on there, the sign still reads, even to this day, positively do not open. Got a little sign on there for people who are like, wonder if I should get her out. No, do not open.
Yeah, that's...
Why?
I mean...
Because you'll end up like poor Dan, who's doing a tour, okay? And poor Dan, he just started his tour. Like I was looking at, that's like the most current research. So Dan Rivera here, who's friends with the director Tony Spera, because remember Tony Spera is the son-in-law. He hands over the doll to Dan here. Okay, Dan's in charge of it. He decides back in May of this year, 2025, back in May 24th is when he put up the Facebook post for the, it's called the Devil on the Run Tour.
May 24th.
May 24th of this year, 2025, just like a few months ago. Okay, May 2025 is when it started. 24th is when he posted the Facebook for the tour dates and stuff. Yeah, it made it to Gettysburg, which is a sold out convention. It's from July 11th to the 13th.
Gettysburg, Virginia, like these.
Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Whatever. You know what? You guys just learned something about me. I did fucking not know what state Gettysburg happened in.
Pennsylvania.
It's in Pennsylvania. So the Gettysburg.
Yeah, these Gettysburg.
The Gettysburg.
Yeah,
like,
he took it there.
Like 407 Gettysburgs ago.
And died.
Damn.
Took it there and died. He still has Rock Island, which is October 4th, and Lexington, Kentucky, which is October 17th.
Rock Island, Illinois.
Yeah, it's one day there, October 4th, and then October 17th through the 19th in Lexington.
Damn, dude.
But yeah, apparently his death was nothing suspicious. The coroner and the state police were called to the scene, noting that Annabelle was not present, so she wasn't there. And according to Tony Spear, the director, like I said, the son-in-law, who took over the occult museum after Ed Warden's death, told the news that the doll was never out of their sight. So it's kind of weird. Like he just randomly dies at 54.
54.
I think he left. I believe he left a wife and kids behind too.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, Army vet. You know what I mean? This is why you don't fuck with Annabelle like this shit.
Because
even Tony says that, you know, the doll is never out of their sight. He also said that some people don't believe it's truly possessed, and it's difficult because when these things happen, they do. You know what I mean? They do happen, and you find out like this, like, you know,
yeah, dude
just dies at 54. Because this thing, like, you gotta think, it also hit two other people. It says positively do not open on it. Back to the doll itself, there's a couple guys. There's a Catholic priest. He was visiting it one time. This isn't the only death, mind you, that Annabelle has supposedly been involved with, so to speak. Not necessarily killed, but was involved with. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Like, dun, 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 like it's still under.
Evil doll.
Yeah, like a Catholic priest, he was visiting it one time while the wardens were still alive, and he mocked the doll. He tapped on her glass, joked about it, exercising her, and Lorraine warned him. She's like, "Hey, now, don't be messing with her.
Don't be fucking with this doll, bro."
And then hours later, on his way home, his brakes failed. His car was completely destroyed, and he
won't stop.
His car was completely totaled, destroyed, and he barely survived.
Sorry, I don't want to make terrible jokes.
He later confessed to Lorraine. He's like, I saw her in the rearview mirror right before the crash happened.
Yeah, no, I don't want any
like think of
that.
Looking back in your mirror, and the doll's like, hi.
Like I might
like
sage,
waving at you and shit.
I might sage when I leave here today, like after talking about it. Like this doll creeps me out that much. Like there's not much that does, but there's so and like even if this guy, you know, it was just whatever. Like him dying, being the first one taking it out of the case in so long, and all the lore behind it only strengthens the lore behind this damn doll.
Well, that account of the priest, it was still encased. It wasn't out of the case.
Yeah, well, I'm not talking about the priest. I'm talking about Mr. Rivera that passed away. You know, like at 50,
he took
like it. I can't really quantify into words what I feel about it. You know, and it's not good, warm things. I can tell you that. I can tell you what it's not.
To finalize here, on one last occasion, and then I'm gonna bounce over to you on your subject.
What?
To wrap it up here, the other death that happened was a young man he was visiting the museum because he wanted to check it out because it's open to the public. He was visiting the museum and he taunted Annabelle. He dared her to do her worst. Like, I dare you, bitch, woo, woo, woo. He laughed, and then he rode off on his motorcycle after he left the house.
So...
Then crash and dies immediately after he leaves the house.
Just
His
for
girlfriend,
taunting.
his girlfriend survived and told the story. They've been mocking the doll moments before. She survived, but he died because he was mocking her. Fucked up, man. But yeah, that's what I brought today.
Damn.
Sorry, I interrupted you a minute ago.
What? No, it was your topic, dog.
Shit.
I'm the one interrupting you with my antics and quips.
This shit's crazy though, man.
Yeah, it really is.
When you
It
think
really
about it.
freaks me the fuck out. I'm not cool with it. If I ever get the opportunity to see the Annabelle doll face to face,
The
I would
devil's
do it
doll.
on one condition.
The devil's doll.
It had fresh prayers said around it like the day before.
Yeah.
Like maybe 2 days before, but like, 7-day shelf life max on the prayers for me personally. It's
Yeah,
like
it needs to be like on a full moon with like 12 Buddhist monks sitting around it praying on that.
yeah,
Like, it needs to be-
and then I go see it the next day for 5 minutes and then that's it. Like I'm not taking any chances and I still may not even do that. Like
Yeah.
maybe if I trained with the Buddhist monks for 6 months or so beforehand, like
Yeah.
lived with them and learned their ways for this one ceremony.
Yeah.
But I'm not taking any chances.
That shit's crazy though.
I'm not. Annabelle, I have the utmost respect for you and your powers, and I may crack a joke, and if it offends you, I apologize.
I mean, she's 3-0 right now, so. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess 3 and 2 if you count the dude who got slashed and the priest.
Oh yeah.
Still, I mean that's over 500.
Yeah. Yeah, because technically the other
It's
one.
better than the Tennessee Titans. Number 1 overall pick. You got to be the worst team for that.
Damn.
Oh shit. Hey. Hold on. Okay, I need to adjust my mic this way
Okay.
so that I can read off of my
Yeah.
shit. It'd be stuck in there. Hell yeah.
And we're back
Okay.
with the spouse. The spouse
Mary
has decided to join.
Hi.
Miss Mary.
Cameron's still on assignment. So
Cameron's still on assignment.
he's taking care of a few things. He's good, but yeah, he's on assignment still. But Mary decided to fill in. This be some commentary.
With the dissolution of DEI laws, there's been an influx of
Shut the
minority
fuck up,
podcasters
Jenny.
available.
Shut up.
Yeah, but now we got, like you said, we got a new demographic though, because now we have
Yeah.
a female and redhead. At the same
I'm a
time.
girl.
If you couldn't tell. Well, it's 2025. Sometimes you can't.
I identify as a female, as
She,
a girl. She, her pronouns. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Wait, aren't you also bisexual?
I sure am.
3 demographics, guys.
Three.
Let's
All
round
y'all
of
are-
applause.
all y'all are
round of
fucked.
applause.
All y'all are fucked.
Shit, yeah. Cameron was just Native American, indigenous. He only filled out 1 demographic. You're 3 demographics, bro.
I am, yeah.
3 demos deep. Airtight.
Hell yeah. Get it, brother.
The 3 Ds.
Damn.
Christ almighty.
If only you knew.
All right, so we took a little break there, and now we're on to my subject. When speaking of the sound of my voice, we're gonna shut the fuck up. We're gonna
was
talk
invited.
about sonic frontiers, man. Sounds for your ears. So throughout history, sounds have been interesting to humans. You know, you hear something large coming at you, you have instincts to run.
Yeah.
You hear a bird, or a child's laughter and footsteps, and then you're
Yeah.
running away like me.
Yeah.
Or you don't hear anything when your kids are in the other room and you know they're fucking doing something they shouldn't be doing.
Eating the insulation.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Or they probably have a liquid they're not supposed to have somewhere they're not supposed to have.
Just ground into the carpet.
Yeah, dude, fingernail polish.
Yes.
Or
The
slime.
worst. Ugh, actually, my child's not allowed to have slime for that reason.
Ours either. We had a slime in the hair incident, and
We can't trust
more.
ours with water from the bathroom sink, so slime is not going to be allowed. That's knowing your boundaries. 101. Anyway, so we're going to talk about the the current standards for accepted audio frequencies, where they were, where they are now. We're also going to talk about the possibilities of how some audio frequencies can kind of MK Ultra you know, like code words or like hidden messages. I don't know if you guys have ever watched the movie Serenity, which is like the movie that came out after the Firefly show to kind of like wrap the series together.
Yeah, certain frequencies.
Yeah, and like she's watching the video, the one commercial, and there's like a secret unlocked thing embedded in it, or like
it's like some sleeper cell shit.
Yeah, or like the one Terminator movie with Christian Bale, and they have like the frequency that's hidden amongst the Skynet machines, and they infiltrate it and use it against them.
Yeah.
Also, I remember seeing commercial back in the day where like they had an engine running, and it was like they were fighting little taps and stuff in engine noise with other frequencies to kind of bounce it off, because sound waves are physical. You know, you can't really see them with the naked eye, but at the same time, even when we're sitting here clapping, it creates like a very small physical
it's like throwing
phenomena.
It's like throwing a stone in a pond.
Yeah,
you see the little ripples in the water.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. But you, like I said, you can't see it with the naked eye.
If you've ever stood in front of a speaker at a concert and had that just go directly into your face hole.
Oh yeah, or like you're watching a video of somebody from a concert and everyth's vibrating and stuff. I mean,
I used to do that at raves. Just go sit by the subwoofer.
Howard Stern had a whole bit about this.
That's why they got like massage pits when you go to raves and shit. People are like rolling and stuff. That's what they do. You go sit by the speaker.
Those weird. People are rolling.
They're rolling their ass off and shit because they're getting off
call
the
it
base.
A massage pit.
Yeah, it's like a massage pit.
I don't know if I like that. Anyway,
everybody's just
see, here's a cool thing also about your fucking ears. That is like your eardrums and like the way that you hear stuff. That is one thing that you can't get back. Like you can amplify sounds that come in, but you cannot make your sound better. It's not a muscle that you can work out.
Yeah.
So like, and when you hear a ringing in your ear, that is the last time you will ever hear that tone. You will never hear that particular frequency tone again, you know. And there's certain frequencies that like adults can't hear because certain frequencies die off as you get through puberty and into older age and whatnot. And plus, like, I mean, I've seen a lot of concerts where I've been on the rail, like Slayer and stuff, and I've played in bands where the only way you could hear my amp is if I turned everything all the way up. Because I was playing with like a half stack, and we were using house sound for everything else but my half stack.
Oh shit.
So I'd have to, so my hearing is for shit these days, dude. I like to say I have the ears of a snake. Because like snakes don't have ears, so I can't really hear you. I just kind of like feel the vibrations of you talking to me sometimes. So that's the basics of audio frequency, kind of. The science part about it is it's measured in hertz, which is represented by a capital H and a lowercase z, or Z for our listeners overseas. The human ear, in ideal condition, not mine, can detect frequencies from roughly 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, or 20k lowercase. K, capital H, Z, kilohertz. Most of the sound we encounter daily, conversations, music, ambient noise, fall within that spectrum.
Yeah.
So,
they also call it cycles too. Like anything below 80 cycles, you can.
Yeah.
That's where you get like the brown note.
Yeah.
Military grade shit on yourself note.
That wasn't a didgeridoo.
No, but I got one.
That was what my throat do.
There's actually two sitting right there.
That was a didgeridoo. Don't fucking come at me, bro.
Come in him is what he's saying.
I set myself up for that one.
You did. Damn. Thank you for opening up the door. What a gentleman.
Yeah, well, I believe in equality, so I'm not holding it and opening it. I just opened it.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Anywho. So, like I said, loud noises can fuck up your eardrums. Like earwax can fuck it up too. Like the chemical balance of your earwax can sometimes fuck it up. You know, there's been cases of people having problems in one ear and taking earwax from the good ear and putting it in the bad ear and it making their ear better. You know, earwax is fucking weird. It doesn't make sense. It's also disgusting. When I was a kid, I used to I'd feel chunks fall out of my ear. I didn't know anything about ear hygiene or any hygiene. Those who know me know I was the smelly kid in school. So now I'm the smelly man at work.
That tracks.
I'm just kidding. Bask in the ambience. So now let's get to say music.
Yeah.
Early in the 20th century, it was all over the place. A lot of orchestras were tuned, and it's tuned from the A note is what they tune to, and then they tune off of A for everything. Orchestras were usually tuned to a 435, and some even lower, and some used 452 hertz, which is a little higher.
Yeah.
Now, by the mid 20th century, so that's the early mid 1900s, you know. Mm-hmm. So if you really think about that, it's not that long ago.
1950.
That's like the 50s. I mean, the International Standards Bodies. Pretty much the group of people who only get paid to regulate shit, or as I like to call them, the good idea fairies, because they pretty much just have to come up with ideas to justify their paychecks.
It's like the D&D, the D&D hierarchy nerds, where they're like, actually on page 117.
Yeah, they sound like a blast at parties.
If you ever listen to Dungeons and Daddies, it's the character Actually. His fedora hangs so low it almost tips the space between universes.
He's the DM guide rule caller.
You definitely will get Milady. There's a Milady coming.
Oh, there's gonna be a malady coming. I was invited here.
God damn it. All right. So, around the 50s or so, they changed the international standard to 440. So, I'm a guitar player. I play guitar. You've done DJ stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, where everything is tuned off of a 440. If I use a chromatic tuner, which is set up to just tune notes, not anything in specific, not like a guitar tuner or bass tuner or violin or whatever, a chromatic tuner, if you turn it on straight out of the box, it is set at 440. Now, you can adjust that up and down, but that is the international standard. So most guitars or anything you hear in music today is at a 440 hertz baseline. Like that's where you're at. Now, bands like Pantera, Dimebag, and Rex Brown would tune. Oh my goodness.
I wonder why they decided on 440. Was there studies done behind that, or did somebody just pull that number out of their ass?
Well,
are you gonna get to that? I'm so sorry. I just had a thought.
They got different frequencies.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What made them decide on 440?
I don't know, really. I mean, that's a good question.
Circle back.
Yeah, we'll circle back to that because okay, Dimebag usually would change his shit up. He would tune lower than that, so he would be in what is known as standard guitar tuning, EADGBE. Or every apostle does good before Easter. That's your thickest string to your thinnest string on a 6-string standard guitar. So he would tune his like that, except for 437 or 432 or even 425.
Yeah.
So now, one thing I have learned, which is just a little thing that I've learned, I like to call that specific guitar tuning break-in tuning. Play your guitar and you finally got your strings broken, and it's right before you tune them the very last time, when they're just tuned together but they're a little bit out. It's a little bit lower than what's 440, so that's where I think it is. I think
the sweet spot.
Yeah, I think it's a little sweet spot right there,
where they're not too stretched, but they're stretched just
yeah, and your fingers are just, you've become accustomed to these new strings and they're nice. Well, they've got your blood and sweat on them, but they're not too crusty yet. It still has the coating. You haven't worn through the coating on the strings yet. But yeah, there's different hertz, but the standard is 440 now. So the musical note would be A above middle C. Now, I don't know why they did it. However, there are...
It's probably because that's probably the frequency we can hear with the naked ear, because some frequencies you can't hear.
Well, see, the natural tuning is 432. which, what did I say? Dimebag used 432 on the Far Beyond Driven album, which, when it debuted, was number 1 in 1994. So I'm just letting y'all know that. 432, which is known as natural tuning. So it's like the natural frequency of things. But 440, the rabbit hole theory is that it's more suggestive. You know, you can kind of, it's really hard to explain because I didn't do the research like I should have.
Well, yeah. But I've seen some crazy stuff about UFOs and how they speculate that at certain frequencies, you can actually produce vibrations
To summon them?
Well, not to summon them, but
I did see something about
that's how their
summoning them.
spaceships go. And, like, you'll see them blinking,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden they'll disappear. It's because they basically tune into
They
a certain,
vibrate. Yeah.
to a certain frequency, and then poof, they disappear and pop up in another dimension.
That's fucking wild.
That's what they also think with the pyramids is that they're used for vibration.
Yeah,
and
big giant tuning forks.
Because you could do basically.
We're gonna turn those things on and summon the Anunnaki. You know we are.
Yeah.
I need somebody to do something drastic enough that I don't have to go to work tomorrow. Can we do that?
You know,
For those
certain
of you not in the United States, it sucks here.
We would be enslaved by our alien overlords or completely wiped out, one or the other.
since you're talking about frequencies,
Fine.
there's actually
How often do you get checked?
there's actually a bandwidth of it's 1.6 gigahertz, 1.6 gigahertz to 1.8 gigahertz.
Uh-huh.
Those are designated frequencies. 1.8 or 1.6, 1.7, 1.8
Uh-huh.
gigahertz. Those frequencies are designated for space to Earth communication only.
Those are super deep.
Like those
Aren't
ones
they?
are designated. Like no one's supposed to be on those frequencies
Yeah.
unless you're on
Well,
Earth
see, that's another
transmitting
thing,
to
like-
space or vice versa.
Ever since the technology and the introduction of frequency modulation radio or FM radio, and digital audio formats and high fidelity sound systems and stuff,
Yeah.
it's expanded our access to a broader range of frequencies. So, like you're saying, 1.67 and 8 gigahertz.
Yeah.
Back fucking probably before the 1950s, we couldn't produce that frequency, as human beings. Like, where it didn't occur naturally,
Yeah.
and we weren't capable of
Well,
producing it yet. There was a
Yeah.
point where we couldn't produce the power and whatnot to make a 1.6 gigahertz frequency.
I only know that because I've been watching that Beyond Skinwalker Ranch, and they're doing tests. They took a spectrum analyzer and they were broadcasting signal out into space using that gigahertz, and then they were receiving back at the same frequency between 1.6 and 1.8 these huge chunks of they call it block data. It was like it was sending data back in packets. You know what I mean? So it's like, who's communicating with who here?
Yeah, that's
It's
not okay.
That's some crazy
All I
shit.
can think about is the sound on the speaker in Independence Day.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that this is giving me, whales and also Independence Day.
Whales?
Whales, they speak to
Yeah.
each other with their
Yeah,
frequencies.
they do.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
certain tones that they use, like their voices are specific to their families and their herds.
Have I got a story for you?
Oh my goodness, I love it.
This
All
one
right.
time.
At band camp.
At band camp.
Fuck you. I win.
This one time. So these guys, they fought this other guy, and one of the guys died, saving the rest of them, right? Well, later on, the other guy was brought back, but his mind was in someone else's mind, okay? Are you with me? And then
Yeah.
they had to do like this crazy mind swap filter thing to get their minds corrected, but it's like the one guy almost had a baby mind, right? So finally, they get all their stuff together, and they're finally about to go home, and they know they're in trouble or whatever. They're gonna fess up to their crimes or whatever. They're headed home. Well, on their way home, there's this huge thing, and it's like, making this huge sound, and it's knocking everything out, and they're like, what is this sound? So it turns out the giant thing that's destroying everyone is looking for humpback whales. And now we're at Star Trek 4. Okay? So Kirk and the bridge crew of the Enterprise have to take this Klingon bird of prey in a slingshot move around the sun to move back into time, back into the 80s in San Francisco, and kidnap some humpback whales and take them to the future to stop this giant alien thing from destroying Earth.
Damn.
What happened to the whales?
They dropped them off. In
Did
Earth
he
in the
take care
future.
of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so he didn't like
These
eat
whales
'em.
were bred in captivity, and they were released in the wild, but like they were released in a place where they fucking often get killed. And whales bred in captivity, once released in the wild, usually don't do too well. So
We've all seen Blackfish. Go ahead.
they took the whales into the ship and then took them into the future and put them on Earth into the future in like a little reserve. I mean, it's Star Trek future. Them whales gonna be alright.
Okay.
Them are gonna be the best taken care of humpback whales
Hell
in the
yeah, they
history
just-
of humpback and
They
whales.
just saved the future.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude.
I'm fine with it then. I approve.
They're space whales.
Do you like how I got through?
Space whales.
Do you like how I got through Star Trek 2 and 3 without you guys figuring out I was talking about Star Trek? See, these guys, they were fighting this other guy, and one of them died to save everybody else. That was Spock dying
Yeah.
in the dilithium chamber.
Yeah, with
And
his
then
hand
they
on
bring
the-
him back to life because they shot his body on the Genesis planet.
They did.
Yeah, so sorry about the Star Trek tangent, everybody. The new season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds just released on Paramount Plus. Plus, I've been watching The Next Generation for probably the last 3 weeks. I'm on season 6, and there's only 7 seasons, but I'm probably going to watch Picard when I'm done. Star Trek Next Generation is just really good, dude. It makes me cry sometimes. It makes me laugh.
Yeah, there's a
Bless my
reason why
heart.
it was online.
Seven
Jesus.
7 seasons, and it's like a 48-minute show. Like, it's not
Yeah.
a small, short show.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of crazy sets. This is before a lot of CGI.
Yeah,
so
a lot of practical special effects, a lot of SFX.
I love, one of my favorite things about special effects and practical effects is seeing old shows where people walk into elevators or walk through doors, like automatic doors, but it's just 2 guys behind a wall with fucking boards
Oh, yeah,
looking
sliding
for a
them together.
light. Yeah, it's like, all right, lights on, open the doors. Lights off, close the doors.
That's like their only job on set.
Yeah, dude, yeah. And their union probably making hella money just to open and close this fucking door. They're just the door guys. They have 3 doors today that they have to open and close, and they're in 2 sets.
Yeah.
These doors are, but the other set is on the other side of town, and it's in between the other 2.
You got the other guy making
And that's
the
why
sound.
they get paid union money.
One of them makes a sound effect. He's like,
No, the sound effects are put in during post.
Yeah,
Okay, all that shit's done in
Foley
post.
is during edit. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get real.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna have people operating the doors, but they're gonna use like
Yeah.
Foley and instruments and stuff for, that's
Yeah.
the important part. That's what sells it. The music sells it.
It's red alert.
No, yeah, I got it.
She was making weird eye contact with me, so I went into red alert.
I was zoning out.
Zoned out.
I was thinking about Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and something else.
Now, okay, back to the subject of hertz.
Yeah.
Like my heart hurts. Or gigahertz, or megahertz, or hexadecimals. So certain frequencies, especially in the low hertz range,
Yeah.
are said to influence brainwaves. Those are the ones that, so binaural beats, which sometimes I'll listen to just to kind of like zone out on. So basically what binaural beats is like primary colors making green.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's 2 frequencies that come together that make another frequency. Kind of like how fucking red and yellow make. What does red and yellow make?
Orange. You're
Orange.
wearing an orange shirt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know.
my
I don't
God.
Know. I don't know what they're called. I just know the sound they make when they're pretty.
Yeah, that's like
Nothing. That's what pretty things should
the
say.
number 4 tastes like purple. Just kidding.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'll take that. Ford does taste like purple.
Well, now it does. There are some really cool playlists on Spotify that are like, they're more geared towards neurodivergent people, but it's the 8D audio where it feels like when you put your headphones on, it feels like the music is crawling across the inside of your skull. It's wild.
I need
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I need it.
I
need it.
love those.
I bet that
Yeah,
would
that-
be really good for like.
That's called Pink Floyd The Wall.
Could you imagine hearing that in 8D audio?
Oh, God.
I'm going to find it. Somebody's had to do it.
On vinyl. It's got to
Yeah.
be on
Cool.
vinyl though.
Yeah.
Or Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah. Like something crazy like that.
I
would
mean,
be really
Animals.
Cool 8D.
Animals.
Yeah.
Animals is my favorite Pink Floyd album.
I like The
Personally,
Wall.
I think it's the best one.
The Wall is the one that we
That's
had
only
on a
because you
CD.
haven't listened to Animals.
Probably. I don't know.
It's kind of their forgotten album, man. Nobody ever remembers that one.
I'm
It's
open to new ideas.
such a wonderful album.
Mm.
All right. So, yeah, and I'm back to my subject. Yeah, I mean that's about it. There's not really much else. 40,000 hertz is probably about the loudest
Oh,
we can do right now.
it's like a jet engine or something.
Yeah, that's I don't really know if that's like a low end or a high end. I don't really know.
Well, I know anything below 80 hertz, that's like really deep bass waves.
Okay, so it's like the lower the number, the lower
Yeah,
the
lower
note.
the number.
The lower the number.
The higher the number, the more the treble is like higher. And the way that's how I learned when I went to school for doing audio, because our teacher, he actually did a demonstration where he faced the monitors towards the back wall and he put it down by 80 hertz. And as you walk towards the center of the room, you didn't hear no noise. It canceled itself out. That's because the waves travel in huge. Think of it like you're at
A sine wave, like on a graphing calculator. Like a
yeah,
huge
like
down.
think of like waves in the ocean. You get these big, huge waves that come in.
Yeah.
Those are like the bass waves. Where like the little bitty waves are more
Okay.
like treble, and that's how they travel in the air.
Okay.
So like the bigger waves take longer to travel, but that's also why they're mainly used for communicational purposes, because they can travel longer distances,
The lower range.
lower frequencies. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if it's a physical thing, then that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So like you gotta think, and that's why it
It's
cancels.
a lot more potential energy in a lower
Yeah.
note. Than
As you
there
got
is in-
closer towards the center of the room, it cancels itself out
the
because
brightest
the wave
flame
hits each other.
burns quickest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like the faster frequency dies off the quickest.
Yeah.
It requires more energy.
Yeah. But the big waves, yeah,
Eeyore makes a lot more
they
sense.
travel. That's why. That's like when like for example, like my truck, I got my 12 in there. That's why you can hear that bitch coming down the road, because it's low frequency.
You sure can. The neighbors love it.
This is Tennessee. That'll be all right. It's
either
either going to be a 12-inch sub or a 12-gauge shotgun. So
I'm telling you,
welcome to Tennessee.
the little truck, man. She can.
Well, right now
She
she can't
cannot
even
do
drive,
shit
so,
right
yeah.
now.
Technically starter.
So I know that they use frequencies in some therapies. I know that when I've done some therapies, there was a tonal aspect to it to help like rewire the brain. If I can remember what that therapy is called. I also know that that it was used for like the mind control stuff for MK Ultra and some other of the projects. The interesting things that the government has done to its own people. So I'm really interested now. I want to go and look up more stuff about frequencies.
Yeah.
Well, certain frequencies allow you to help meditate too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like at nighttime, like when we listen to Space Cozy.
Yeah.
Those are low notes, or they also call them brown notes, or not brown notes, but they call them brown frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
Brown note is a specific note that makes you shit yourself at the military.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show The League, but there's a character called, his name is Taco. It's John LaJolie. I don't know if you remember
Yes.
Jean LaJolie and his like YouTube stuff, your genitalia. Anyway, so they were doing, I want to say it was like an engagement party or something. It was a crazy party, and he had come across a lot of money. So he developed a device that could create the brown note. And he goes to this party, and he gets up on this fucking balcony in front of everybody, and he rips this thing, and the entire crowd in their very nice clothes shit themselves.
At that point, it's not embarrassing.
That show was fucking hilarious, and anybody who says otherwise is just a hater. Like, I don't think that show gets the respect it deserved. It's a little dated now because they used a lot of current football players in that show at the time, and this was when like Jay Cutler was with the Bears. Like, there's a whole episode of where one of the characters had just had a baby, and they were in this mother class. And one of the people in the class was Jay Cutler's wife, who they had also just had a baby. So she starts swapping out the breast milk for Jay Cutler's baby's breast milk because that's that special athlete breast milk.
That's a Division I shit right there.
Yeah, dude. Like, Jay Cutler went to Vanderbilt, dog. Like, you're looking at, you might be able to go to Arkansas, somewhere that's not, at least not Vanderbilt. So I don't know if it's gonna get you Tennessee or even Alabama or Georgia. It just hurts my mouth to say those words, but
I did just see him full body shiver.
And yeah, that's frequencies. That's the Annabelle doll. Just crossed myself because I don't trust it. Like I'm freaked out a little bit just talking about it. That's also Mary.
Yeah, spouse.
Hi.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah.
Also, it's Robert the one you have to worry about fucking
Robert.
with.
Oh, yeah,
Don't talk
the
about
little-
Robert.
the little sailors.
Yes. he's
I
the one you
won't
have to
even
worry
say his name.
about. He's a sweet baby angel. You just have to be nice to him. That's it.
We don't talk about that guy. No. I'm not doing it.
If that was any better, you'd get a copyright stricken, but it just wasn't. So
You might have to go beep over most of that on the YouTube, bud. Yeah, we're gonna have to start editing a little bit more for YouTube because they will take our shit down.
immediately. Yeah, Robert's one you have to worry about talking about. Annabelle is just Annabelle.
You know what? That's what that one guy said, and then threw her across the room. And look at him.
I am not the one touching the doll. I think that she belongs in the cabinet that they
Show
put her
me
in.
on the doll where the doll touched you.
Yeah. You know what's really weird? My youngest sister's name is Annabelle, and relatively unknown name until that movie came out, and it just started making a lot of sense, is what I'm saying. My entire childhood.
Man, I see. This is a little story that we're gonna throw in here at the end. As a child, my grandmother had a room full of porcelain dolls.
Oh,
She
no.
collected them.
That's
She
heaven.
had hundreds of these things. And
Oh,
when we'd
hell
stay at her house,
Hell
that's
no.
the room we'd sleep in.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
It was not fun
Hell to the
sleeping
no.
in that room. It was just so weird.
I would not. I
Yeah.
couldn't. No.
My
No.
grandmother made them. So around her house, there were doll parts. And around my great
I don't know. I
grandmother's
feel like
house,
that's more acceptable.
there were doll parts. And I'm talking like, heads
Eyeballs and
eyeballs,
heads.
heads
Oh, yeah.
being put together. And recently, my mother-in-law gave me some doll parts that I'm extremely excited to use in some of my crafts coming up.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Shout out to mom.
Yeah,
Is there
shout out to
somewhere
Mom.
where we can find your crafts? Can you buy them online? Do you have an Etsy or anything like that?
I know.
You should start one.
I guess.
Do some on the side.
I have a bunch of crochet behind me.
Yeah,
But no, I have always loved dolls, as I'm sure some other, people grew up as a little girl into a woman have. It was really hard to say. Anyway, I have dolls in the house that I love.
There's a voodoo doll in this house.
Her name is Heather, and she's delightful, and I love her so much. I have porcelain dolls. I have a ceramic or a porcelain clown doll that everybody hates.
It's freaky.
I love it. It's
Just
so cool
hearing
looking.
those words together.
Clown doll.
Porcelain clown doll.
It's cute.
That almost sounds like
Dude, it's creepy looking.
a 2008 emo band.
Hell yeah.
Hi guys, we're Porcelain Clown Doll. We're gonna sing about cutting our wrist.
Yeah, that's gonna be our next project.
With the tracks and not against them, we're gonna end this night together. I don't know. I lost
I
myself
like the
there.
creepy dolls. That everybody else thinks is creepy. I don't think they're creepy. I think they're fine. And I'm not really one who gets weirded out by dolls at all. Even the supposedly creepy ones. I like them. I think if there's something living in a doll, just let it live in the doll.
I mean, that's
It's fine.
fine until it jinx. Until it.
Unbelievable.
Don't quit.
You're something.
If it wants to live in a doll, that's fine, dude. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah.
don't be fucking with me.
What do you mean fucking with you? Like moving?
Yeah,
Yeah, or choking me in my sleep.
yeah, yeah.
It's a doll. It's not gonna choke. Have you seen you? You're not gonna get choked out by a doll in your sleep. Is
Look,
what I'm
dude,
saying.
if Lilith has one of her dolls sitting in her chair and
Yeah.
I'm in the kitchen and I see that doll turn and look at me, number one, I'm waking up everybody in the house. Number
Screaming.
two, fire is the next option.
No. If the doll just moves, just leave the doll alone. It just moved. It's got to stretch out a little bit.
All right, you know what? I would say, look, okay, cool. I will try I will not be disrespectful to you as much as I can manage. Sometimes dolls just be in the way and Lilith's being a brat and I'm putting toys in bags, okay? It happens. Mm-hmm. However, if you start fucking with me, I start getting flat tires all the time, or my brakes start going out, or some crazy weird shit happens, then guess what?
Have you spoken about Heather on the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, somewhat, yeah.
I want, in defense of Heather, this truck is almost as old as I am. And there's a reason the brakes went out. It wasn't because you had the doll in the truck, you big bonehead.
Yeah, you did have to replace the brake lines because they were rusted through.
Yeah, they had nothing to, it just happened to be the same time. I'm just saying, like,
the brake line was completely severed.
Okay. Don't blame it on my voodoo doll.
The brake line's also metal.
Pound my knuckles hard against the floor.
Heather is
Blame it on
innocent.
bad luck, dude.
It's not like it's rubber and it got caught in the tires.
Heather is innocent.
They do rust out, though.
They
And
do
you did
rust
have
out.
some hella rust. I don't know if you remember us sanding your frame and spray painting it to prevent further rust.
Agreed. But
Your
at the
Honor,
same
I
notion,
do rest my case.
What about the timing, though?
What about the timing?
And
I
the
thought you just put a
circumstances-
motor in that
And the
thing.
circumstances at the time.
It was just a coincidence.
What a coinky-dink. What a
I
coinky-dink.
guess.
But also, if she did do something, you deserved it because you took her picture without asking for her permission. That's on you. honey.
yeah, that
I
one-
didn't know
one's
that
on you.
till afterwards.
Yeah, if you know something is spiritually charged, ask permission.
I didn't know that till after because Kristen was like, "Oh yeah, she doesn't like her photo taken," and I'm sitting there holding the camera like, "Oh well, I guess that's fucked."
Yeah, maybe don't do
You
that.
should have deleted that photo and then asked permission for the
I'm like,
next
well, I'm saying that I wasn't taking her picture. She was on video.
That's even worse.
Well, where was this?
This was at their house.
Here in Tennessee?
Yes.
Yeah, like a few streets over.
It's okay. It's okay. Tennessee's single party consent state. You can record any conversation that you are a part of. You don't have to have the other party's consent.
I don't think Heather gives a fuck.
I'm just
That's
saying.
what I'm saying.
I'm just saying there is like a tiny sliver of hope that it wasn't her because Tennessee is a single party consent state.
Right. Well,
I
she's
record
from-
most conversations I have.
Weird. That Heather is from Louisiana. She's from New Orleans, so I don't think that she really gives a rat's ass.
Correction, it's Nolan.
Nolans.
God.
I think me and Nikki are actually going to go there for our 5-year.
I'm gonna end this right here.
Yeah.
'Cause we're
All
over.
right, everybody. We'll talk to you next time. Love you.
Bye.
New listeners all around the world.
Bye now.
Bye now.
Bye. Hey everybody, Chinry here with ads. If you or someone you know would like to run an ad with the Wicked Paranormal Team or Dead Time Stories podcast, please feel free to reach out at wickedparanormalteam@gmail.com. That's wickedparanormalteam@gmail.com.